Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. It's Wendy here from Little Nest Crafts. Thank you for joining me this evening, and we are on Sunday evening while I'm filming this. Hope that you've had a fantastic weekend, and I can't believe that we're on the 1st of September tomorrow. Unbelievable. Where is this year gone? It's been an eventful year in lots of different ways, but I hope that you've had as good a year as myself and my family. We've just recently had a nice holiday in our little camper van, and the weather was absolutely glorious, and we did stayed at home touring some beautiful places in the country where I live, which is the lovely Wales, and yeah, visiting some old haunts, places that I lived when I was younger. And yeah, we went to Anglesey, and I used to live at RAF Valley because my father was in the forces, and that's where he finished his service. And yeah, so we went to see my old house and did a few haunts around Anglesey, and we'll definitely be going back there again. And we visited family up in Dwy while we were there, so it was great to catch up with my brothers, and yeah, it was always nice to see family, although it was a very quick flying visit. So I've also just got over COVID, so I haven't done much videoing at all, because all I wanted to do was sleep. But I'm feeling much like my old self now, and recharge the batteries a little bit, and I'm just trying to catch up and, you know, come back gently and do a few small projects and catch up on things that I've, you know, been wanting to do for a while. Now this video, it's on behalf of Suzanne over at Non-Stop Paper Crafts. As you know, I'm on her design team, and she's brought out another fantastic kit, and this one's called Typography. And for those of you who like everything grungy and like vintage and like books and typewriters and alphabets and etc, documents, then this kit will be right up your alley, because it's absolutely gorgeous. In the video that I made last week, which was introduced over the weekend, I just gave you an introduction, and I showed you some of the papers that I'd printed, which, for those of you who haven't seen the video, these are the papers here. So I'll quickly go through. Those two are the same, and what I've done is I've printed them two to a sheet, because my project's going to be a small project for the moment, but I will more than likely do a journal using these later on. But for now, you know, because I want to just do some short, quick projects, I've printed it two to a page, and some of the ephemera, I've printed 3 to a page, because I want some nice tiny little pieces. So those are the pages that I've printed off, and together with the kit, Suzanne's introduced some freebies. Now she has done a slight difference with this challenge for September. She used to introduce weekly freebies, but because of work commitments, etc., and she wants to be able to do some crafting herself as well, which she found that, you know, she was constantly having to make kits, and that's, you know, didn't really give her a chance to enjoy using the kits herself and doing some crafting herself. So you only get 2 free kits a month, I think she said. So these are some of the examples of the bits and bobs that you'll be getting, and it's things like pockets, envelopes, ledgers, file folders, and yeah, lots and lots of little bits and bobs there. So what I've done, I went away and I spent a day, and you wouldn't believe that, you know, this little pile here, it took me all day to cut, obviously in between doing the washing and you know, household chores. But because the pieces were so small, I was going to try and put it through my Cricut, but I do quite enjoy fussy cutting. So what I did, I caught up on a lot of videos, and that I've been wanting to watch, and because our signal wasn't brilliant while I was away on holiday, and you don't want to spend your holiday sitting, you know, looking at your phone screen the whole time. So I've caught up on a collaboration that I was involved with Sunflowers and Doors with Mandy and Julie from Julie's Paper Crafts. Great collaboration that ran all over August. So I caught up on all the videos and I liked and subscribed all of the videos on there. So I'm hoping that they'll return the favour and do the same if they see my video. Because it's always nice to support each other and help little channels grow. And I hope that you'll do the same with Suzanne's videos, and for everybody who's posting videos on her Facebook page. So, as I said, it's a great little kit, and without further ado, we'll get and use some of these pieces. Now you'll find there's file folders, and what I've done is I've printed this half the size, but I also printed, and there's an envelope as well which I've made, and I've put 2 pieces of the ephemera in it because I'm going to make that into an envelope and do something with that. Just had a little 5-minute play before I came on the video, just to try and get my creative juices going. And I'm going to put those pockets in there as well. And here is one of these, I call them a Tim Holtz pocket, but I'm not sure what the proper name of them is, but I'm going to use that as well to put in there. And what I thought I would do is just turn this little file folder into a bit of an ephemera holder. And then we've got loads of tags here. There's 2 more little file folders, and what I did, I reduced the size, but I did make them a different size in case I wanted to tuck one inside the other. So I'll put those to one side. We've got lovely pockets, so I'll put the pockets to one side. And then we've got lovely tags here, which I'll pop there. And there's another pocket and another pocket. And we've got some more tags. And then there's another little specimen card holder there. And then here we've got some Filofax card, no, the Rolodex, isn't it? Rolodex cards. So I'm going to put those up there. There's another pocket there, and then we've got lots of little pieces of lovely ephemera, and we've got tags, more tags. And don't you just love these little tags? Absolutely gorgeous. And there's another little specimen card there, and there's a frame there, and we've got some more little pieces. We've got lots of little tickets and labels. Another little tag there. They're getting smaller and smaller, which I love. Beautiful. So thank you, Suzanne. This is right up my street. Although I love vintage and I love grungy, but I do struggle. I do struggle with making things with it. So they say practice makes perfect, don't they? And this is the perfect kit, I think, to get you going, to get your creative juices going. So, excuse me, let's get this file folder. And what I'm going to do is just pop that to one side, and I'm going to do my best, everybody, to try and stay in frame, because I know that you must all curse me behind the scenes, because I do tend to wander down the screen. So I'm just wondering if I can maybe pinch just to make it a little bit more. And it's suddenly gone dark. Now why has it done that? Let me just see if I can brighten my lights a little bit. No, wrong way. Why has it done that? Do apologise, everybody. See if I can move that a little bit. Is that better? There we go. Okay, right. So what I thought I would do is, to start with, I'm going to sew this into here, into the middle, and keep that as an envelope. So I've got my, and we'll just double that over. Get my needles out of here. There we go. And it's just to give it a place that I can add more ephemera. So that can go in there. We'll do one in the middle. There we go. Do another one towards the bottom. And then back up through the middle. And then I'm going to come behind that stitch, and then I'm going to bring this one round, and then we'll tie that into a knot. And there we go. Pop my needle back in. And then what I decided I was going to do was fold that down and that across, but keep that open. So I'm going to get my glue and we'll just pop that closed there. And then we're going to pop a bit of glue along this edge and along this edge here. There we are. So that gives us a nice little centre pocket there. And then what I thought we would do is pop these pockets on the inside. Now before I do that, I just want to get my ink, and we'll just ink with my distress ink around the edge of there. Around the edge of here, and on the other side, and a bit around the pocket. And a bit around the edge there too. There we go. And I have inked around the ephemera, so don't panic. I just need to do the bottom of that pocket. There. Right. Okay. So what I thought I would do is pop these two pockets on the side there. So in order for me to do that, I'm going to firstly just do this side bit so that I can glue it onto there, making sure that the edges are straight and that these two edges meet down here. So I need to put a little bit of glue along there and then glue along the bottom all the way up the side here. I'm not going to glue along this bottom edge because I want to make a nice deep pocket, but if you don't want a deep pocket, then glue that bit as well. So I just need to come down a little bit more, I think. There we are. And then we're going to glue that along there. And I'll just get my tissue to wipe off any excess. So there you've got a nice deep pocket for a tag. And let's have a look what we've got here. We've got a tag here. So you've got one tag there and one tag there, and that's just a nice size, so I'll keep that out, and we'll cover it with some of the paper. So on here I wanted to put a couple of pockets on the front of here as well, so we can have a look what we've got. And you've got a great choice of pockets here. So you know, you've got, these have come from a book, look, I mean, aren't they great? Midland Union of Educational Institutions. Oh, we've got these two pockets which are from library cards, which I like the look of as well, and I think they stand out quite nicely on the front of there. But I think this one's great as well, so you could actually put one on the front of there if you wanted. Oh, the choice is yours. So what I'm going to do, I've done those two tags, so I'm going to pop those in there. And we'll decide on the pockets for the front of here. So you could actually layer those to make them to continue with your picture. Or let's have a look. I was going to put those in there, but it's a bit long, so I'm going to have to cut a little bit off the bottom of there, which we will do now. So I'm going to take a little bit off there, make sure it's straight. Yeah, so we'll glue that down. Along the bottom. And along the side. So let's have a look. We've got some gorgeous tags to go in here. I'll keep some of those for the pockets, I think. Let's have a look. Nice little tag there. And we've got some of the small ephemera. Let's pop one of these tags in. Have a look. That's one of the smaller ones. Oops. And let's have a look. What other ephemera have we got there? Maybe that. And take that out. Pop that document in. And there we go. There we go. So we've got 3 tags and things in there. So what else have we got? A nice pocket there. Maybe a mix and match pocket. I've got that one. Where did the other ones go? There we go. Yeah, I like these ones, I think. So you can see it soon comes together, and this will make a lovely gift for Happy Mail, or, you know, a standalone piece to put inside a journal. And you can make lots of pieces like this, you know, when you've perhaps lost your mojo a little bit, because they're nice, quick, simple projects. And as I say, put them to one side and make a few different things, and then you'll soon get enough pieces together to pop inside a journal, you know, to fill a journal and get it completed. So let's have a look. I might keep that piece for the front to pop something in there. And then this back piece here, I might do a side tuck, like so. You could tuck something in. It's a shame to cover up all those lovely stamps. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make a tuck spot for the back. Pop that down there, and that way you can still see the all those lovely stamps. Make sure it's straight. And then I'm just going to get my little circle punch and pop a little divot in there. It's not quite halfway, I don't think, but not too bad. There we go. And then we can put our little, these 2 little things in there. And we can decorate the front of these with labels and things, which I'll do in a minute. But for now, they can tuck in the back there. And then we could put these in our here. Maybe not. Maybe they ought to go. Maybe they ought to go in the pocket here. Let's have a look. Yeah, pop those 3 in there. Keep that down for a moment. And then we've got a nice document there. And then we've got a lovely couple of documents for here. And there we go. And then we can pop some of these word strips in as well. So what we got left? We've got a little one of these, which I'll take and make a little window on in a sec, and a frame there too. So what have we got here? Another tag, some more ephemera there. There we go. And we've got another tag. Maybe pop that one in there. That's it. And then we can put another pocket on the back here. I want one for the front. So maybe we could put, let's have a look. I'll put that one on the back, or maybe that one. Yeah. Let me just check, because do these stand out for the front? No, I think it's got to be that one for the front, and then one of these for the inside. So we could pop that one on there, I think. There we are. And then we've got a couple of tags that we can put in there. And we've got lots of bits and bobs there. We've got a frame. I'm going to put this pocket on here, but do I need to put something behind it? No, I think we'll just put that pocket on the front. But I think I will put a bit of vintage lace underneath it. give it a bit of something. And then 2 can go in there. Oops. That just needs to be glued a bit more. Hold on. I think I need to fold this lace down. Let's do that. So that it's not interfering with the pocket. There we go. Make sure that lace is down. Okay. Yeah. I was wondering whether to pop that one on there. I could do that. Just cut it a bit lower, I think. So it's not interfering, and then we can give it a little divot. Ink the top and the edges. Glue 3 sides. Get rid of that bit. Pop that down there. And that's just the perfect size for that. And then we've got some diddy bits of ephemera here. Little tags. There we go. And you can put little pieces of the little tiny whale tail tabs on some of the ephemera to make them into little tags. There we go, we can pop him in there. Pop that one up there. And then I've got some more of these words which I've stamped in. Or did I stamp these? I've done so much stamping, I don't know whether I've put those in myself or whether Suzanne typed them. Looks like she's probably typed them actually. And we can pop some of those in there as well. Lovely. So let's have a look. What have we got now? Keep that bit. Let's see if we can put a bit of something on the front of this pocket. There we are. And then what we got here. got right, and look, sword, yeah, or a number, nice number. Maybe that one over there with a bit of lace as well. Let's have a look. Oh, I'm going to put it this side because I don't like the fact he's got knees and no head. So we'll scrunch this bit over here. And then we'll put 1982 on there. And what can we put? Maybe just a plain label on there. Yeah. In a minute, let's just stagger it a little bit. There we are. And then we'll put what we've got here. We've got uppercase, numbers. Quite like that one because it's got red on it. And we've got a little clock. Yeah. Make sure he's going around the right way. There we go. Just wondering if there's any more red sold. I think that needs a bit more glue. Tuck it just by the lace there. Now I like the numbers. I do go with the numbers. Sometimes your first instinct is the right one. There we go. So we need to put some eyelets in on the tags. Let's have a look and see what we've got. We've got a little front pocket there with some lace and some tags. And I'll put a picture in there. I'll find a photo. So I'll do that off camera and I shall come back. Right, what I've done, everybody, is I've got my Stanley knife here, and, or should I say my craft knife, and I've got this little picture and I've put some acetate over the front of it. I've cut out the middle of the frame and I've glued the frame to the acetate and then put the whole thing on top of here. And this is some paper out of my stash that I thought would go nice with it from a previous project I'm working on. And then all I've done is I've cut like a little envelope. So I'm going to just fold this back, glue that down, I think. And hopefully, if I fold this back there and there, it makes like a little envelope there to pop things in. So we'll glue that down. I'll keep that flap open there. Yeah, okay. So we'll get our glue, pop that down there. And then we'll glue, put a line of glue down there, and a line of glue there, pop that over the top. There we go. And I'm just going to snip that just to make it a bit more level. To there. That's it. And then I just need to straighten that off a bit as well. Let's have a look. Oops. Might cut that off actually, seeing as it's gone a bit skewiff. There we go. So now we can decorate the front a little bit. And we'll get our trusty lace. And pop a bit in the corner here. Just put my knife back in the cork. And I've lost my tweezers. There they are. So we'll squidge that onto there. Do like a little ruffly bit down the edge. And then we've got some little tiny circles here. What's this one? Typo? Yeah, that'll be good. Pop that there. And then we want one that says uppercase, yes. Okay. And maybe let's have a look, see if I've got a little a little flower or something just to pop down the bottom. Only a tiny one. That'll match the colours or something. Let's have a look. Or a leaf or a butterfly even. I've got a little leaf down there. Yeah, I'll pop that on. Just get the glue from around there. 1 second. Don't know whether I've got another little black leaf like that. Let's have a look in the bottom of my box. You never know what you might find. Let's have a look. Got a brown leaf. If I just get rid of the white parts. Maybe stick that bit up there. No, not green, I don't think. No, I think we'll just leave it at that. I know I usually work with 3s, but we've got labels on as well. Put sold maybe. Or see if there's one with a number. A plain one. No. No, I think that's fine. Nice little piece of ephemera there. So I think we could slide that in the pocket. We could have our tickets coming out the top, and maybe one of these little tags. How about that one? Let me just, there we are. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. We'll put some strings in there. I'll do those 2 off camera as well. And what we're going to put on the front here, I got some nice flowers. Quite like that colour. I like the hollyhocks as well. Wished I'd have put it underneath there now. Let me just take those out. Yeah, quite like the hollyhocks. And then we could have a number something there. Let's glue these down. I don't want flowers that are too in your face. Some nice dark subdued colours. So if I tuck those in there like that, there we are. Pop him in there with my tag, and then put 1982. You could have it sideways on like that. Or yeah, I think I like it normal way round. So let's just get that glue off with the adhesive remover. There we go. Lovely. And then I could put something there. Or there. Yeah, I might stick that one on there. Only to just hide that head down the bottom here. There we are. And then we can pop a label or something over the bottom. Yeah, I'll do. Just snip the bottom of that stalk off. There we are, just to give it a little bit of something, and then maybe a flower for the other side as well. Don't know if I've got another pansy. Maybe something along there, and we'll put a little tag. What's this one? excuse me, uppercase. All right. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll pop that down the side there. With that, I'll have a number. Number 9. Yeah. There we are. So you could actually stencil around the edges. So that's our little folio. Let's pop these in here, our tickets. And it's got plenty of ephemera in. Some lovely little tags down there. And then these 2 pieces could go in as well. I will do something with those. You know, I'll take the centres out. Pop that behind there. And there is our little ephemera holder folio. So I do hope that you've enjoyed that little project. Nice and quick to do. And as I say, it's a brilliant little gift for one of your friends, and won't cost much to put in the post because it's nice and flat. And you could make a little envelope to put all these extra fussy cuts in, and maybe send us some papers from the kit, and so that they can, you know, craft and make something else. So that's my little project for today, and I hope that you've enjoyed it. I will make something else with the kit, and then I want to be catching up on some journals that I've been working on behind the scenes. One of them is using one of Angela Kerr's kits, and I'm also on the design team for Rachel and Bella Crafts, and I've been working on getting my ephemera together to make something with Rachel's latest kits as well. So I do hope that you'll join me, and yeah, I look forward to seeing you, and thank you for all your support, and it's good to have you on board. And what I will do now is I'll go behind the scenes. I'll finish off these little tags by putting in some ribbons and things, and it'll just finish this off, and yeah, it'll be going in the post to somebody as some happy mail. So until next time, everybody, please take care of yourselves, stay safe, and be kind to one another. Bye for now. Bye. I'm back, everybody. Just to give you a quick flip through of the finished article, all I've done is put some garden twine, keep the rustic nature of the little folio, and I've put garden twine through the tags, same as there, and nothing on here really has changed. More garden twine there, and then I've put some of my binding thread wax linen thread here through the really tiny ones, and that's it. It's just finished. So I hope that you like that. You can add some things to the threads here. You can put lace on the end, which I haven't done because I wanted to keep the rustic nature of it. And yeah, that's the finished article. And what I'll do is I'll put all those in an envelope and pop those inside. I'll make a little envelope out of some of the kit papers, and it'll be an extra something to put in my happy mail. So that's it, everybody. I'll say good night for now. Bye now.